Hello, today we're going to work on a Subaru Outback. It's a 2005. We're going to do the rear suspension. Okay, we're under the car. They're in here. You can see it inside the spring. So when you remove this bolt on the lower part, I don't know, maybe 19 millimeter or 18 millimeter, and we have to take it out from the top. Okay, we're working on the removal of the strut and the rear strut on the Subaru, and so far I took out the tire to remove the rear struts, remove most of the trunk seating for the covers. You can remove this one here as well. This is like a snap on to the screwdriver and snap right on things, and then you can release the unit, and we can get all the way to the strut housing is right back there, and the back of the rear seat. Okay, I'm inside the trunk and try to expose the rear strut housing. So just push back the seats, go forward, and it flips right over. Now you can access the left and the right housing. Okay, removing the rear strut. Be careful taking out the bottom bolt. It's a lot of tension to it. Keep the top bolts from inside the car, the 14 millimeters, tight, so you can still hold the spring. You don't want to have anything hit you in the face. I used the car jack to give it a little support prior to removing the bolt, and still came down a little bit hard. So at this point it is out completely, and I'm lowering it, and I'm going to try to take the strut housing out. Well, like I said, the bottom bolt is a 19 millimeter, and it has a 19 millimeter nut on the other side. Goes right through to the strut and the housing. So be careful, it's a lot of tension in there. And now we have to use the compressors to compress the spring. Be careful with that, and remove this bolt after it's compressed, and enter the new strut and tie it. Okay, we are using the vise to hold the strut housing up, and John here has the spring compressors on. Can you see it? And once you have the spring compressors on, you can rent them from AutoZone. We don't have this power tools here. We do by hand, a little bit at a time on each side, and it will compress the spring, and we'll be able to take out the bolt on the top here and remove the strut housing from the spring. Okay, to remove the upper bolts, it's a 17 millimeter, and you need the Allen wrench that goes in the center of the strut. Okay, we separate the spring and the strut, and there's the old strut. So remove the plastic cover if you wish, and use it to the other one. Moving the plastic boot is very hard sometimes, so there's nothing here holding it, except here John had the idea of rotating or holding the cylinder from turning.
And then you spin this and it will come off.
And this is the new one. So make sure that everything is correct and you put everything back together. Okay, I replaced the old strut. I compressed the springs. I have these spring compressors, and to take out the old one and tighten the new one, you have to use two tools. One is this type. I think it's a 17 millimeter the top bolt, and the other one is for the rotation. So it's an Allen wrench, and this is the type I'm using to hold the cylinder steady. This is the old strut, and you can put the, sorry for the camera, I'll try to hold down and work at the same time. It goes in here, like so, and then you can untie the 70mm bolt, and the same way you tie it. And if you don't have spring compressors, it's not possible to do it. You have to be very extremely careful. It's a lot of pressure in here. So if you're not comfortable, don't do it. Pay a mechanic to do it, and be very careful. Hurt yourself. So now what I'm doing is I replace the new strut, make sure that everything matches perfectly in here, and we'll tighten it down and try to install it. Replace the strut, we compress the spring, everything together, go into the car, and I'm going to place the top bolts first to hold on to it, and then put the bottom on. Finishing the right strut on the Subaru, putting in the bottom bolt is not an easy thing. You have to use a jack and jack it up, and you need help to have somebody push down the suspension. It helps out a lot. So
Heavy guy.
John right now is putting on the nut. I have the big jack underneath and jack it up. I put the 2mm, 40mm bolts on the top to hold it, and then jack it up on the bottom and bring it up slowly, try to alignment. And with a little hammering, it went right through the bolt. Now I gotta tighten the nut down, and I'm all set with the struts. Good luck to you guys.